Nick Coit on the show is one of my favorite parts of the whole week because that means we out of here.
Hey, Nick.
So I come on the show and you're like, great, okay, that's great. Yep, Patriots. Goodbye. See you later.
Well,
Yes, I appreciate that. That's wonderful.
Morning, nothing wrong with rounding third on the week. You know what I mean?
No way. Yeah. I'm waving you home, man.
That's
I'm third base coach.
That's it. So, what about the World Series here? Just real quick before we get into football.
Yeah, I love the matchup. When the matchup gets set, it was like, well, these are probably the two best teams, most talent. I love it. And Game 2 was a great display of that. I mean, just back and forth, and it's 1-1, and I could see it going 7. Cubs and Indians was fun last year. I think Astros and Dodgers going to be really fun too. And
how about that 103-degree game at first pitch?
Oh,
Holy moly!
Yeah,
that's not October baseball.
That's great.
Brutal.
It's different. You don't see that.
So what do we got this week coming up? It's the Chargers and Patriots. We're just kind of chatting off the air. Any side stories to this game? Not really, right?
Not a ton, no. The Chargers are in L.A. now, not San Diego, and Phillip Rivers still the quarterback. I think Bill Belichick has a great respect for a guy like Phillip Rivers. He's a tough quarterback. He'll try to play through things. I think we saw it, 2007, the AFC Championship game. It was the pass to the Chargers, and Phillip Rivers, he was broken, and he still went out there and played. And so Bill Belichick respects him. He also respects the Chargers' pass rush and the young players that the Chargers have on defense. But other than that, there's no juicy old players from the Patriots. There's no juicy
no trash talking, none of that going on this week. Right,
exactly. But the Pats obviously just want to play this game, get a win, and have a big win going into the bye.
The Chargers a strong team this year, or just kind of there?
Well, they've turned things around. They started out 0-4, and now they're 3-4, so they've won 3 straight. The Patriots have won 3 straight, so collision course of a couple of teams that are playing good football as of late. So, it's and the Chargers are, again, in a different location now and a little younger on defense. But, they've been playing pretty well as of late. So a team like that can be dangerous.
So how about this bad news here about Dante Hightower this week?
Yeah, that's tough. Especially for a Patriots defense that's been struggling to stand on 2 feet this year. Losing Dante Hightower. Now, you're talking about losing, besides Tom Brady, maybe the most important offensive player besides Tom Brady on the team, and now you've lost probably the most important defensive player to injury in Julian Edelman and Dante Hightower. So this is tough. This is going to be a tough one to overcome. I think this is when you're going to see more of David Harris. He played more last week. I think he played about 20 snaps last week.
Well, I'm like, who? David Harris.
Right.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's funny. He's just sort of been that veteran presence around and helping the defense, but hasn't played a lot of snaps. Now you're going to see him, I think, back on the field, more on the field. And if you're going to have somebody that's going to replace Dante Hightower, or at least try to make up for his loss, that's a good veteran guy to have there. He's a solid football player. He's smart, and he'll be able to help the defense. He doesn't do probably some of the things that Hightower does anymore in his career, but I think Harris will help because he's just solid and he's a good football player.
And have we heard any more about Tom Brady's shoulder, the AC joint, and Gronk? Is he not on the injury report this week?
You haven't heard more about the AC joint, so it sounds like Brady's just getting through it, playing through it. This is what he's done. This is what he did before when he had this injury. It's just goes through it. He's probably getting treated for it. But it depends on what kind of degree of the AC joint, too. Listen to me, Dr. Coit, about the AC joint sprains. But, it sounds like he's just playing through it, and it's healing up, hopefully, and the bye week will help that, too. And Gronk looks healthy, and that's a great thing for the Patriots, especially you can't afford many more injuries now after losing Hightower and Edelman this season. And if Gronk stays healthy and he's upright, that's certainly going to help your football team for sure.
Right.
Two quick questions before we let you go and we get on with our weekend here. Number one, Chargers, do the Patriots beat them on Sunday at Gillette?
I say yes.
Yes. And were you surprised by how the Falcons rolled over in that big Super Bowl rematch last weekend?
I guess the way they've been playing, you can't be too surprised, but there's just so much talent there. You don't know what's going on. It seems more maybe mental with that team right now because it just they scored a touchdown in garbage time, and that was about it. The Patriots defense, which has struggled, almost pitched a shutout, and that's the Falcons just look sort of lost out there.
Yeah.
I don't know, and it's a new offensive coordinator, and Steve Sarkisian is getting a lot of heat right now because he's got all this talent, and things just aren't clicking right now with the offense with Matt Ryan, Julio Jones. But yeah, it was a little surprising, but I think the Patriots defense, as the season is going along here, is getting better and better, and has a chance to prove itself again this week with the Chargers coming to town.
And I lied. There's one more question. Because you got a guy like Nick Coit from ABC6 on the phone.
I'm waving you home. Michael.
Is there a sleeper pick if somebody's struggling right now because of bye weeks and things like that with fantasy football? Is there anybody that's right on that bubble that we should look for to plug into our fantasy football roster this weekend? Like, for example, who did you pick up this week in fantasy football?
Oh, boy. Who did I pick up this week? I picked up Washington. DeAndre Washington, I think. Yeah.
For the Raiders.
Oakland Raiders running back. Marshawn Lynch is suspended this week. I need another running back in my lineup, so he's probably going to get more touches. So is Rashard, the other running back. So I'm not a fantasy football expert, so if you put the person in your lineup, don't blame me.
Right. There's the disclaimer, right?
Stay away.
All right. Hey, listen, Nick Coit, have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us on the Rock and Fox Show with our Patriots Preview.